to for the future. And here we're gonna be showing you a little bit of the presentation. I wanted to start off by presenting a little bit myself for anybody that is kind of new and doesn't know me. My name is Gabriela Belin. I'm a realtor, and I've been working into the real estate world for 3 years now, specializing in different things. I've had the opportunity to work many different types of clients, which I love because it has given me a good outcome of different departments of the real estate market. I've especially focused into mortgages. I started my career working in property management as a property management assistant. So I have a good overall looking of the rental, either it is from property management, tenants in place, finding rental homes for people, and also into the commercial world, probates as well, when people is going to lose their property, what they can do to get away from it. Eventually, if they can't, sell it to investors. New construction homes, and fix and flips, which is basically buying a property, fixing it, and reselling it or refinance it to keep it. Here is my QR code with my general information in case you want to contact me or check out my social media website. You can look at properties through my website and you can see what's in the market with no problem. And well, today we're going to be speaking about inspections. I'm going to be doing more lives from now on because I would really like to grow my YouTube channel and for you guys to also take benefits from all the things that we can be taught into these classes. So I wanted to present you Mauricio. Mauricio is my go-to inspector. I really love him. So please, Mauricio, present yourself. We want to hear you.
Gabriela, thank you very much for the opportunity. It's amazing to be the first one on your channel. And I hope everybody enjoyed. And if you have questions, you can ask me whatever you want about the inspection, obviously. My name is Mauricio Pineda. I'm a Colombian, but I live in Canada for more than 15 years. My family is French-Canadian. That's why I speak French also. I'm an engineer from profession, but I am the creator and CEO of the company Easy Inspection. We do all kind of inspection here in Florida, and you know, I love the sports. I love to share with others, like the St. Jude Hospital. That is something that we do care a lot. You know.
I love it. I think there's a little sound in the background. I don't know if other people can hear it, but maybe it's a microphone that is open. There we go. I think
maybe the rain. Yeah, it's raining a lot. You know.
Now we don't hear it. That's perfect. All right.
That's good. That's good.
Perfect. So Mauricio, what are the benefits of getting an inspection done?
Basically, there are 4 benefits for everybody. You know, the first thing is to find out what is the problem with the property. You know, to know if there is any problem, how will cost this to solve it, and obviously in the case of the realtor, they can negotiate it with the seller. And obviously the most important is that the customer will be happy and, you know, it will be relaxed with the transaction. As I say on every presentation, buying a house is the most important investment that most people do in their life, you know. So it's very, very important to don't miss the inspection. It doesn't matter if it's brand new construction or it's an old house. Anytime an inspection is very pertinent and it's very important, you know.
Yes, no, and I love this, what you said, that we can negotiate with the seller or the construction company whenever we get an inspection done, because we actually have proof of what's going on with the property. And we're going to check out the different types of inspections that we can get done. But even though we got under contract with a property and we have set up a price on how much we're going to be purchasing it for, there's still a few inspections, 2 inspections that are going to determine that price. And that price can change based on how they go. And this one inspection that Mauricio gets done is very important, because let's say that we see that the roof has some work that needs to be done, then we can tell the seller, listen, I need you to give me some concessions, which means some money at closing, at the closing table, whenever I'm purchasing the property, or lowering the purchase price, whatever works better for you, because this is not good with your property and I need to renegotiate the terms. So that's
Yeah.
why when you get under contract, you have a few days so you can take a decision if you don't like what you see in the inspection, and your deposit is safe in case you don't want to proceed with the transaction.
That's true, definitely. As I say, most of the time on the inspection, you will find something that maybe you are not capable to pay for. If there is a problem, as you say, with the roof or the HVAC, it will be huge investment. And most of the people, when they are buying the house, they don't have enough money to cover this extra or new expenses. So it's very important to know in the home inspection what is the damage and how much it will cost. In that case, the realtor can negotiate with for you.
Yes, 100%. And Mauricio, please explain us about those different types of inspection that we can find.
There is many kind of inspection. This is only, I don't know if we will explain one of them after, but for example, the most common is the residential home inspection. Basically, it checks everything, from the foundation, walls, windows, doors, the roof, the electrical system, the air conditioner system, the plumbing, everything. There is nothing on it that it will be not tested. In the case of the new construction, is the same, but obviously, because it's a new construction, we expected that everything is perfect. For example, today I just done a new construction inspection, and it's very sad that I found like 30 problems. One of them is they didn't put insulation, for example. That's very important, and the customer, they expect to have everything. It's a brand new home, so people are paying full money. They expect to have everything perfect most of the time. Like you, when you buy a phone, you don't want to receive it with a scratch or with some problems. It's the same thing with the house. So you are expecting the perfection. That's basically in the case when you are selling the house, and there is a very well-known inspection that is the pre-listing. Is basically is to make an inspection before to put the house on the sale, so you will know everything that your house has. In that case, that you will solve it and you don't lose money on this transaction. Most of the time with this inspection, people will save money, will save time, and buyers love when there is a pre-listing inspection. And there is other problems like the mold. Most of the people knows that some houses, they have a problem with the ventilation or the air quality. So it's very important for them to know if there is mold in the house. Another thing very popular in Florida is the WDO. Is basically is the wood destroy organism inspection. We will looking for termites and other kind of organisms that will be eating the wood in the house. Um, Other inspections are for the insurance companies. There are the 4 points inspection and the wind mitigation. In the first one, the four points inspection, basically they will check four things: the roof, the air conditioning, the electrical, and the plumbing. And in the case of the wind mitigation, is a discount for the buyer that the government push the insurance company to give you a discount for the houses that has some kind of improvement, uh, like the name say, wind mitigation for the hurricanes. Finally, there is the pool and the spa inspections. When you are buying a house, it's very important to make this kind of inspections because there is a big content of water close to your house, and there is electricity, there is plumbing. It can be a lot of problems.
Thank you, Mauricio, for giving us an overall look on the type of inspections. When you get into when we get into a property and we're seeing it for the first time, what would you say that are the things that we can check to kind of like determine the status of the property? you know, like opening the water, you know, stuff like that. What would you do if you get into a property and you're not doing a full inspection, but you want to double check how it looks and how it is?
I will be very honest with you. Most of the people, especially in the brand new home, the walkthrough is there. People are looking for minor defects, you know, painting problems, scratches, things like that. The home inspectors, we are very well prepared, you know, to know everything in the house is working and is like a people, like a person, you know, the
Mm.
house is breathing, is moving. So we have the experience to know when there is a major problem with your foundation or if there is a major problem with your plumbing. So that's why you can do it by yourself, you know. Most of the people, they will think that it's only to open the water, or you know, to testing, open the windows, the doors. But I will suggest that to call a home inspector, you know. We will looking for everything together, and we will try to figure out if there is a real problem, because as I say, you can try to figure it out, but it will be totally different from this person, from a home inspector. You know, we are looking for everything, and we have the knowledge, and we know how it works a house.
Thank you, Mauricio. And I don't know if we have a question, maybe. If you guys have any questions, you can also leave it on the chat and we can answer it at the end of the webinar, or if you have one at the moment, you can also say, there's no problem. Mauricio, so you were saying that we're gonna be the ones, right? You're on that. I think there's a microphone on. You're the one that basically takes care of getting everything in detail. But now, can you see really everything behind the walls as well?
In that case, it's very difficult because you know, we don't have special powers to see through the walls, but we use technology. We use thermal cameras, we use moisture detectors. So we try to figure out what is happening with the house, but we cannot destroy the house, or broke something to know, you know. That's why we say that our inspection is limited. We are trying to figure out using the technology, but we cannot predict the future. We cannot see through the walls.
I think,
There is a
Mari-
sound problem. Somebody has the microphone open. ¿Alguien tiene el micrófono abierto de pronto ahí?
yes. I think it's done now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
um, so regarding the new construction, I really liked what you said, because sometimes we think like, oh, it's a new property, we're good. And we've seen that it happens, that the property doesn't come in good condition. And most of the time, the construction company, even though the property is not like perfect, they're gonna push you to sign and they'll say that they'll fix it later.
That's true.
My recommendation is to push to not sign anything, any closing, until they fix the things that needs to be fixed. It depends on the issue, right? But
Yeah.
the situation and the construction company, how they work and how ethical they are, you might want to double check on that, because a lot of the time they're just rushing you to close, and then, you know, the guarantees, we need to make sure that, you know, they're covered. And if you have an inspection, this is something that is going to help you a lot. Sometimes another thing that you can do, even if you live in your house and you already did an inspection years ago, especially now with insurance prices going up, you can get to do an inspection, like a 4-point or a wind mitigation. You can call your insurance agency and tell them, what inspection can I get done, and how much discount do you think you would be able to give me if I give you this inspection? Because if you pay some $100, you know, to have this discount, it might be able, it might something, it might be something that is worth doing. So if you have a,
Definitely.
double check on that. And if you're buying a new construction, don't let the new construction company push you to closing if it's something that needs to be fixed before. Okay. If
The
either way,
construction companies, they know, you know, now in the contract they put a lot of rules, and they don't want to change the signing day. for the closing, for example. But the most important, as I say to every single realtor, is to offer to the customer to make an inspection. If they don't want it, is their problem. At the end of the day, it's the customer who will live with the problems. But with the realtor offering the inspection is the most important. Is the most important. If something pardon, sorry, if something happened, the realtor will say, I offer you to make a home inspection, but you didn't accept. So in that case, you are protected.
Exactly. Thank you, Mauricio. Drink some water, please.
Yes, please.
So the pre-listing inspection, I really like this one. It obviously depends on the type of property that you're putting out in the market, but if you want to avoid having some buyers tell you how the inspection is gonna be, like they don't like it and stuff like that, this is something that you can prevent. So you don't have to be going into under contract and having buyers tell you things about the inspection that you maybe didn't know before. So depending on the type of listing, I would recommend it 100, 200, 300%. So you can you don't want your property to be in the market for a very long time. Every day that your property is in the market, in the platforms, it loses value because people think that after a month of the property being in the market, automatically they're like, oh, I can negotiate the closing cost. So getting an inspection done can save you money and time when you have a listing as well, a property available for sale.
Definitely, is money well invested. Is we know that the property will sell faster and in a better price, because nobody wants to have surprise. When you are selling the house, if you let somebody else make an inspection, they will find out things that maybe you didn't know about your own house. So in that way, with the pre-listing inspection, you prevent that, because you are putting an inspector working for you to prevent other inspectors. Basically that.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. I think I see another microphone.
Another open microphone. Sí, otro micrófono abierto.
There's a big iPhone. Please, guys, put your phone on mute. Thank you. So regarding inspection, Mauricio, I've had clients that have told me, oh, I have mold in my property. Is that something that we can determine just as is, just by looking at it?
No, definitely that's an scam. Only I'm inspector, I'm mold inspector, and I'm not allowed to say there is a mold. I can take the tests and the samples to bring into the laboratory, and they will tell me if there is a real mold, and in that case we can solve the problem. But nobody can tell you that there is mold in the air, for example.
Something that has to be analyzed and in detail.
Yeah.
Another
only
problem.
in a laboratory. Only in a laboratory. That's definitely the rule. If somebody tell you that there is mold and you have to make a repairs and something like that, it's an scam. Believe me, it's an scam. 100%.
Yeah, and you don't want to be spending money fixing something that was not to be fixed that way, right?
Exactly. And most of the time, it's funny, but most of the time you don't need to break something to solve the problem. In the case of the mold, sometimes or most of the time is the ventilation the problem. So you have to figure out, or the inspector will advise you how to solve that problem.
And there's something also that you always say, Mauricio, that I love, which is, oh, like we think that the animals are taking over us, but we actually took over them.
That's
and
true.
They were there for us.
They were first that us. Now we are invading them, in their territory. But people don't believe me. But the truth is, they are everywhere. This kind of wood destroy organisms. They have been living here for years and years, and they will continue living. That's why it's very important to make an inspection to the house for the WDO, all these termites that could be attack your property. And it's very funny, but most of the people, they don't care. That's something that we offer that service, and believe me, only 1% of the people they took it, and it's very inexpensive. That's the worst thing. We have an specialist doing that all day long, and the people that doesn't care. It's like they don't want to pay a couple of dollars for to know if there is a problem in their property.
And the treatment for this type of insects is not something very cheap. So you might want to double check on that, especially if you're buying um, for sale property, not a new construction property, right?
And when it can be solved, because if you figure out that there are these kind of organisms in your house too late, maybe it's too late to solve the situation. There are scary stories about houses in Florida all destroyed because there are termites and there is nothing you can do. It's too late. You didn't take the actions before it was too late.
Exactly. So from time to time, even if you have a property, let's just take this inspection so that way you make sure everything is fine with it.
And the people didn't know that at least every 10 years, there should be a treatment for the termites in their home. Even the brand new homes, they already have it, but you have to make after 10 years your new treatment.
Yes. And so when we talk about 4-point inspection, what are the 4 things that are being inspected, Mauricio?
4 points inspection is, most of the people they think that there is for them, and the truth is only from the insurance company. They have statistics of everything that is working or everything that has claims for them, and those are the 4 points: the roof, the electrical panels or electrical issues, the plumbing, and the air conditioner. So they only want to check those items, nothing more. That's the interesting thing for the insurance company. In the case of the wind mitigation, is the opposite. There is we are trying to figure out or to looking for any improvement or your home that will give you any discount on the premium. The insurance, as you say at the beginning, they are increasing every single year, and it's very very expensive. And most of the people is funny, they can afford the house, but they cannot afford the insurance, and because of that they can buy a house.
Yeah, exactly. And very important to get it done still, guys. And then regarding the pool and the spas, I haven't sold a house with a spa yet, but I'm already manifesting it. Tell me a little bit more about it, Mauricio.
There is a lot of things with the pool inspection. Most of the people, 99% of the people, they are only worry about the leaking. If the pool is leaking or something like that, it's very difficult to figure out if there is a leaking in 3 hours that it lasts the inspection. But there are other matters that also are part of the inspection: the plumbing, the electrical is safe. When you have water, electricity, plumbing is a dangerous mix. It's a dangerous cocktail. So the safety of the inspection of the pool is well done. The inspection now, we have to check every single safety device or safety um, door. For example, for the pool, is safe for the kids, is safe for everybody in the house. Those kind of things are make part of the inspection, for the pool or spa.
Yes, no, thank you. For very important to get it done. And talking about water, I would say if you want to install a water filter in your property, which is something that I can also help you out with, you might want to double check before on all this plumbing, because you don't want to be installing, right, Mauricio, a filter if the plumbing is not good in the property.
The water test, there are different matter for the water test. One is for the new construction. The people who want to invest in these filtration systems, they want to know the quality of the water first. Those quality tests, they are not made for somebody, not for the inspector, not for, we'll take the samples and we will bring it to the laboratory. They will tell us if it's safe or not. And other matter is that is also important is, depending of the house, when you have well in your home or this manufactured home, when there is a well, some loans, and you can correct me, will require a water test if there is a well, independent, right?
Yeah. Yes. For some
Veterans,
VA VA loans are usually more picky
yeah,
about the documentation, and they will also require the termite inspection to be
that's true.
mandatory.
That's
Hmm.
true. And when there is a wall, a well, I'm sorry, when there is a well, people didn't know that every single year you have to test your water, because it can be contaminated with because of the rain or because the sewer or whatever. So it's very important to test the water, and in that case, it's every single year.
Yes. Yes. You don't want to be drinking bad water. Florida water is not very good. So make sure that you protect yourself, because it's like the most important thing that you take into your body, to be honest. I have a water filter and I don't drink water from the outside anymore. It gives me a headache.
But you know what? There is something that many of my customers, especially in new construction, they request the water test, and you will be surprised how good is the water. Most of the people, they will tell you it's very bad, and the results with the laboratory results are that the water is safe. You know, sometimes, obviously, it depends of the sector, of the neighbor, of many factors, but in these new constructions they want to know before to buy the expensive system, and only in a few cases they require this kind of filtration systems that is not affordable for everybody. Now it costs like a car right now.
Yes. I went to a construction company, Viazer. I really like that one because they are really, their homes, they always, every year they get um a lot of rewards because of the
Okay.
construction that they do, water wise, AC wise. They're super efficient. I really like them, careful
Oh,
on their um and then regarding your reports, where can we find your reports? How does it work once we get a report done?
basically the report, you will get your reports the same day of the inspection, um, but we have many advantages against any other inspection companies. We have an electronic agenda. You can select your schedule, the date of the inspection, whatever. All the reports are dynamic. They are web based, so they can regenerate every single time that there is a modification. And as I say, they are the same day, so they are very, very fast, and you can consult the reports in your phone, your tablet, your computer, anywhere.
We love that. And they're very easy. You see, they're like green things, bad things. It's easy to read with you. I like that.
That's true. And we have these big balls with the numbers, and it's easy to read because I'm a home inspector, and I will be very honest with you. Most of the time, I'm not capable to understand other home inspectors reports. I have the issue because some realtor sent me, oh, what is the problem with that? I have the issue. So we're trying to make it easy because we know what we are talking about, but most of the people, they don't understand.
Yes, no, and that makes it way, way easier for us to understand. Another thing that I love about Mauricio is that he donates 5% of his inspection. So I think that's very nice, Mauricio.
Yeah, we
I
are trying to give back to the society, something that we are very lucky. We're right here, we're working, we have our health, but there is a lot of people that they can't, basically because they don't have the money or they don't have the opportunities. So if you can help, it doesn't matter if you make an inspection or not. Everybody can donate to San Judo, whatever you want. But the most important is to give back to the society, something that we are very lucky to have.
100%. That's very beautiful, Mauricio. And then, well, this is basically Mauricio's information. If you want to take it, grab it, save it, use it, please. Um, this video is going to be on YouTube, so you can also find this information there. If you want to start a home buying process with me, there's no problem with that. I had a last slide with my information, but here it is. If you would like to start your process, you can contact me directly. You can find my phone number in the link that you can scan here with the QR code, or you can also respond on the chat of the Zoom if you have any questions. Let me double check if we see anything here. See, I don't see a lot of questions. I see Eduardo saying, thank you, Eduardo, for being here. But yeah, if you want to start your home buying process, your home selling process, any real estate that you have, I can help you, Mauricio as well. Thank you, Mauricio.
Well, thank you, Gabby, for everything as usual.
I
Yeah.
have a question, Gabby.
Yes.
Oh, Sandy! Wow.
Hey, my friends.
How are you? Long
I
time no
have an
see.
important question. I submitted an offer of a property located in Miami, actually Fort Lauderdale. And I realized in the seller's disclosure there was water intrusion in the house. The house is 1955 and is completely remodeled. You see new flooring, new roof, new everything, right? However, my client has an FHA approved. Is there any problem, like in the inspection or, you know, in the process that I would have because there was water intrusion, like floating or something at once? You know how Miami was, that when it was hard raining, things like that, and the drainage was not clean. Obviously, you know, they had floating problems, but it's not a floating zone.
Okay.
So would I have any problem with the inspection for an FHA?
So the bank is not gonna be asking you for an FHA loan to provide them with the inspection that Mauricio does. They're gonna be asking you for the appraisal, and you're not really gonna find their physical stuff of the property. It's just comparatives and more of like the market value. So you should not have a problem if you have water leaking in the property and you're not in a flood zone with an FHA, because they're just don't give them the inspection. They're not gonna ask for it. Just don't give it to them. Because the more documentation that you give the bank, the more questions they're gonna be asking you, and there's no reason why they should be asking you this report.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys. So I would say that this is all for today. Thank you, Sandy, for asking your question. If you have any other question, feel free to contact me, and we'll see you on the next webinar. We're doing a first-time homebuyer seminar on the 3rd of August. So keep updated with that, because we're going to be posting information on it, and you'll be able, you know, to attend and learn more about the home buying process.
Thank you, Gabby.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Take care.
Thanks, Mauricio.